It's time to just say what it is so that you can stop being embarrassed and harboring.
Hey, baby Jesus, I see you standing up, shorty, moving around. It's cool.
Say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro.
It's getting harder to ignore what people have been whispering for months. Because now, it's no longer just whispers. It's everywhere. At first, people stayed quiet. They didn't want to say too much, didn't want to feel like they were crossing a line. But now, the conversation has shifted. People aren't asking if something is wrong anymore. They're asking why nobody is addressing it openly. And at the center of it all is Chrisean Rock and her son. For a moment, it actually looked like things were changing. Like she was stepping into a new chapter. A fresh start. New focus. New direction. There were even reports about her stepping into professional fighting, training seriously, trying to build something different for herself.
He like literally picking himself up and like walking across the sideline.
Anybody, if they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said. God said what the God.
It felt like growth. But then, everything flipped again. Because while she was talking about new beginnings, the internet was focused on something else entirely. Something that had been building quietly in the background for a long time. Her son. Now around 2 years old, people began noticing developmental concerns that they couldn't ignore anymore. Videos started circulating. Clips where he struggled to stand.
I like how you trying to walk. That's crazy.
Says I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me, like protect.
Moments where his movements didn't seem typical for his age. And slowly, more and more voices began speaking up. At first, it was concern. Then it became questions. And now, it's turned into a full-blown debate online. Some people believe the situation is being misunderstood. Others feel like there are serious issues being overlooked. But what really intensified everything was when different individuals, people close to the situation, started sharing their own perspectives. That's when things became uncomfortable. Because suddenly, this wasn't just the internet speculating anymore. It became a mix of opinions, personal accounts, and conflicting narratives that painted a much more complicated picture. There were claims about medical concerns, discussions about developmental delays, conversations about whether proper care and consistent medical follow-ups were happening. And through all of that, one thing stood out. Chrisean Rock herself remained firm in her stance. She made it clear that she wasn't accepting outside opinions, especially when it came from social media. She spoke about faith, about trusting a higher power over public judgment, and about protecting her child from negativity. To her, this wasn't neglect. It was belief. But to critics, that explanation didn't sit right. Because as more clips surfaced, people started pointing out moments that raised concern. Instances where her son appeared unwell. Times when his condition didn't seem to improve. Situations where others felt intervention might be necessary. And that's when the conversation took an even heavier turn. There were discussions about missed medical appointments.
I love it. Like, you know how when you first start swimming at the
Being a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. And then it's like redirected.
Claims that early recommendations may not have been followed through. And speculation about whether fear of public perception, fear of diagnosis, played a role in those decisions. None of it officially confirmed. But enough to keep the internet talking. Then came the hospital visit. A moment that, for many people watching, felt like confirmation that something serious might be going on. Videos showed her son struggling, coughing, appearing uncomfortable. Some viewers immediately recognized symptoms they had seen before in their own lives. Others weren't so sure. But what everyone agreed on was that the situation didn't look simple. From there, the divide only grew stronger. On one side, supporters defended her. They argued that motherhood is complex, that outsiders don't see everything behind the scenes, and that judgment without full context can be dangerous. On the other side, critics pushed harder than ever, saying that faith alone isn't enough. That belief doesn't replace medical care. That when it comes to a child, action matters just as much as intention. And somewhere in the middle of all this is a child who can't speak for himself. That's what makes this story hit different. Because this isn't just celebrity drama. This isn't just viral gossip. This is real life, with real consequences. Even people who once stayed silent are now speaking up. For
that energy back to that mouth, that tongue, that powerful tongue.
Let me mute it before y'all try to play with me, because he gonna be coughing, because the medicine.
former friends, family members, and online voices all adding their perspectives, each one shaping the narrative in a different way. Some are calling for accountability. Others are calling for compassion. But nobody seems to fully agree on what the truth really is. And maybe that's why this situation keeps going viral. Because it forces people to ask uncomfortable questions. Where is the line between faith and responsibility? When does privacy become concern? And at what point does silence do more harm than good? Right now, there are no clear answers. Only opinions. Only speculation. Only a story that continues to unfold in real time. With millions of people watching, reacting, and debating every single detail. And the biggest question of all still remains unanswered. What's really happening behind the scenes? And will the full truth ever come out?